In this video, I'm going to take you through a quick if example. So we're going to build a formula, and then I'm also going to show you how to troubleshoot locked cells. Sometimes it's difficult to know when to make a reference to a cell absolute and when to make it relative. So I'm going to go through a quick example of that so we can discuss how to troubleshoot easily. Okay, in this scenario, we have a bunch of school employees, and at the end of the year, they are going to get a bonus. They always should. They probably don't, but they always should. Anyway, in this simple scenario, we are going to give them a bonus based on their category. So we need to see if Josie is faculty or staff, and then we will take her salary and multiply it by the appropriate percentage. So to build this, we're going to use an if statement. So I'll start my if statement if the category is faculty, so if Josie is whatever she is, whatever her category is, and if that is her category is equal to faculty, and that's my logical test, then I simply want to take her salary and multiply it by 12%. And that's my value if it's true. So if her category is equal to faculty, then her bonus will be 12% times her salary. If that's not true, there's only one other option. She can only be staff. So instead of actually looking for staff, we'll simply say if she's not faculty, then we assume she's staff, and we'll take her salary and multiply that by 8%. Close the parenthesis. And now I have my formula. If you want, go ahead and attempt to lock what you think needs locked and don't. Alternatively, you could go ahead and copy this down the column and see what happens. Right? Obviously, it's not right. Right? We have some weird numbers. But one thing I love to do to troubleshoot, I actually click on this second cell, so the first one that I've copied, and double click in there. And everything becomes this awesome color-coded formula. And the color coding shows you D27 is blue. That corresponds to this faculty box. And some of these reds, the purples, all right, this purple, it's kind of hidden behind here, but that's the salary. So look at what it's doing. All right, faculty is correct because for Mark I want to use his faculty and his salary. So those are correct. But look up top. Now instead of looking at faculty and the 12% and 8%, I'm looking at staff, 8%, and nothing, which is why it's not coming out correctly. So I can tell very, very quickly that these are the three cells that I need to lock. So everything up here in rows 21 and 22 need to be locked. So I'll press escape, go back up to my original formula, double click in there, and I can see that the faculty, this in my case is D20, that needs to be locked because I don't want that to change when I copy it down the rows. So I'll lock the row number. And I want the 12% and the 8%. But anytime I'm referencing this blue or the purple, I want that to change because in the first row I want to look at Josie's category and salary. The second I want Mark's category and salary. The third I want James' category and salary. All of the references above want to stay the same. So those are the ones I'm going to lock. Now I will press enter or return, copy this down, and just to make sure it's correct, I also like to go into a random one at the bottom just to make sure that it's still referencing the cells that I want. So this one has Maria's category and salary, and all of the references up top are locked and correct.